Hey, good afternoon, everyone. This is Denise Pavernick, and I am the CEO Secret Weapon, and I am an energetic experience alchemist. I bring you to the amazing energetic experiences that your conscious mind tries to avoid you jumping into and embracing and having just this amazing, joyous journey in life and in business. And today I have with me longtime Invincible CEO client, and she was part of our January pod, Doreen Jattan of Kaizen Marketing. I think I got it right after all these attempts. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Tell me a little bit about yourself and your business, where you are, and then we'll get into talking about the program.
Of course, we're gonna start off with big bang, right?
There we go. Well, hey, that's the way we do it here, right?
True,
Yeah.
true. So yeah, when I came to meet you in November online, I did not know what to think of it. Obviously, I was looking for a business coach. You turned out to be far more than that. Obviously, when anybody thinks about business coaches, we think about charts and graphs and P&Ls and whatnot. And I did not have to do any of that, which I loved. But the idea was to really understand who I was as a person, or who I am currently as a person, and then enhance the productivity from that. So come January, I was able to fulfill some crazy goals. Some that I didn't even think that was a goal. It was more like a challenge to Denise, like to see what you made of, lady. So yeah, talk about manifestation, right? In 30 days, I was able to get $10,000 walking through my door without any work whatsoever. Just putting it out there, right? So that did happen. That was kind of crazy that we did this whole pizza thing, and I don't even like pizza, and here we are, $10,000 later. It was great. So that was my sword in the stone. Like, okay, this stuff is real. What she's talking about, I better pay attention. And as I listened daily, I got addicted to the material that you are presenting. That I think I stalked you online, everywhere. Being a marketing person, I'm like, ooh, she has a presence here, but not here. And then I just started like taking all your material because I'm like, she's giving this stuff away for free. Like, she's crazy. So it was good. I just binged you like inappropriately every night in bath. Like I was going to the bath, and it was like a ritual to turn on Denise's 1 hour or 45-minute YouTube channel. So what you don't know is that the stuff you were hearing over and over again is subconsciously getting embedded in there, and there's stuff that's happening in the back end that I can't explain. It just happens, People ask me, what do you do? I'm like, it just does it. So one of the things that you made me do was never second guess myself. So any decisions I was making, whether it was business or personal, it came out to be always on a positive side, even if it was a really bad decision at the time I'm making it. Needless to say, from the time I met you, I went from owning a stressful business to being able to sell it. And to say that I sold it 6 months before or 7 months before COVID happened, it's like I got out of the industry 13 years post at the right time. I was able to start my marketing company, and I chugged along and helped a lot of small businesses. But the idea was to land like 3 or 4 big fishes and then be okay with that. But then I do want to do all the work myself. So I have a huge agency power behind me now. I have a team of people that work when I'm not working. And so it's this mindset of creating. Now I'm going to the mindset of abundance in every capacity. And even though people think abundance being like the monetary dollar amount they see in the bank, I find that abundance comes in health, comes in wealth, comes in happiness. And happiness has now become my new foundation. I've created new rituals that I like and I celebrate every day, every morning. People think I'm gone crazy because I will wake up. I'll do a meditation that I used to do anyways, but added to the meditation now is my dancing, moves. The reggaeton music, or we'll have like Bollywood stuff going on in the background. And all of a sudden, my kids and my niece, everybody's joining in the morning and dancing with me. The whole house is happy. And I feel like I feel like the whole house has the high vibration.
Yeah.
Inside the house, like I don't know about people outside the house, but inside the house, we feel good.
That
And
first.
when you start off your morning like that, how could you even worry about what's in the bank account? Because it's coming. It's just it's coming. And I had a person in my life that kept saying, "Well, you're gonna pray about it," and I'm like, I don't have to do that anymore. Like there's other things that are happening in the back end that when you align yourself properly and with the right attitude, with the right people, it's a blessing. And one of the biggest things that's happened, again, you're a business coach, but I'm not talking anything about business really. What has happened is that one of the things I kept putting out in the universe was that to take away from you all the negative people, maybe the feelings that I'm having, take away all that and then bring to me people and things that will benefit them as well as benefit me, so that I'm of service that makes me feel good inside. And the last 6 months, I swear, I've had so many good people just enter, and they entered to lift me up in a way they didn't even know they were doing. I mean, this is every single person that's come through and stuck has become a really solid. I call them like my invisible board of directors. Like they don't know they're there.
Yeah, you're
they're
invisible
advising me, they're helping me, they're motivating me constantly. So I only spend time literally with people that I feel I can help, that also are helping me in return, and it's not monetary always. So I love that. I love that feeling of the new version of me that came out from this program. And when you brought up this old story that they tell you about, you were poor, you don't have a dad, you got divorced, and you have 2 kids out of wedlock, this cultural, even religious, but mostly cultural, normal behaviors that I'm supposed to follow as the Indian, woman. I clashed it, and here I am being totally okay with who I am as a version that I didn't think I possessed. I mean, let's admit it, I talk, I'm a chatterbox, but to actually say something that means and sticks and makes the difference in people's lives, and then I'm sure that was a part, like the second guessing part, is the part that I was like, oh my gosh. So when I made business decisions, they stuck, and because they stuck, they created and generated. Now again, the abundance has to be more, and I'm looking for the next chapter to be just that. I don't stress out about what I don't have. I really am appreciative of what I do have, and I go around being grateful for that. So for me, that was great.
And I have to say, being part of your journey, being first that voice of like the great Oz when you first, you didn't even see me, you just heard me.
That was funny. Yeah. Her voice came out of nowhere. I was part of another group, and I had a challenge presented to me. I had just sold my company off, and the doctor that used to work with me, or at least rented from me, offered like $50,000 cash. He's like, I'll give it to you. Just buy the company back. And I'm like, well, it's not even worth it. That's not how much I sold it for. But anyhow, I was like, I don't know what to do. I mean, this is a great offer. It's like, I do want my company back, but I don't like the person that, the way they're running it or whatever it was that I was doing at the time. And it was like this seesaw feeling that I was having. And I'm like, it's such a sweet deal, It's like, what do I do? Of course, the coach is like, we have Denise in here. Denise, where are you? And then she's not on screen, by the way, guys. She's not on screen. And then I hear this voice. No, don't do it. He was like,
the energy wasn't online, don't do it.
Right. And I'm glad you did say that, because I had no idea who you were and where it came from, but I took it as a sign like, okay, she was very authoritative. I will obey.
So with this coming in, not only, and when we talk about, yes, this is a business program, and now at the end of August, we're launching the 8-week personal CEO, Chief Energy Officer, because no matter whether you have a business or a career or a family or all three, you don't take yourself out of the equation, right? So you take yourself everywhere that you go, and really what I feel makes the business program different is we focus on you as the CEO, as the Chief Energy Officer, that if you have that wobble within yourself, then you have the wobble within your business. And one of the things that really impressed me a lot with you is that not only were you coming in and starting this new company, but you started to transform your physical body simultaneously without even trying. You want to share a little bit?
Sure. Yeah. Last October, I got a little under the weather, and I was like, I don't want mucus. So I'm going to get rid of milk out of my diet, dairy. Not that I had a lot of it anyways. And then next month, I was like, November, I was like, I don't care for alcohol really that much. So why am I drinking so much wine? So I got rid of that. And by December, I got rid of sugar. And I implemented drinking more water because I don't really like many other beverages. And December, you did your 2-day
event,
event, and I ended up winning industry to use personal training online for that month. And I was like, okay, does she know that I'm in the, I'm not in the East Coast, like 8:30 her time is like 5:30 a.m. my time, and I'm not a morning person. I got in my bed of 3 days a week at 5 to get to the 5:30 class. I worked it, and I think it was just what I needed from a physical standpoint to be motivated enough to continue doing things when the class was over. I didn't renew just because that time was really hard for me because the kids were trying to get up and go to school and all that. So I did continue it because I liked the momentum, but it was not aggressive. 30-minute workouts you wouldn't think are aggressive at all. But then it changes you inside. And I did not realize how much weight I was losing. Just that one day I woke up and I lost a lot of weight, and people were like, "What's wrong with you? Are you sick?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not sick." And it was crazy. I just melted away. So that's why 22 pounds that I lost overall, and have kept it off. And I literally am not doing anything but eating and dancing and goofing around most of the time. Sometimes I make business decisions, but even then, I'm having fun. And I think that was the main thing for me, is that if I'm not having fun, I was so strict and so, I have to be perfect and I have to do this and I have to know all my languages and know all my grammar. And, if somebody that speaks 4 languages and none of them get best as I can, and English not being my first one at all. So I was hesitant in how much I can go without a college degree because I have a year to go. It was a lot of this doubts that was stuck in my head from people, and then you start believing that too. And I think the power you were able to instill naturally is the power of self-belief. Like, I so believe in myself that some people think I'm a narcissist.
That's okay. And to each their own thoughts and to each their own experience, because you have to put yourself first, and you have to do what's right for you. And knowing when you have that bigger vision as a CEO, that most people aren't going to understand you as a trailblazer. So you have to be willing to step into that energy and feel uncomfortable.
Oh gosh,
yeah. And they can only kind of label it from where they're at or what they've experienced. And that's where you have to get that chatter. And I've seen you grow immensely in that area. So if I were to ask you what makes the Invincible CEO Elite Program so different than other programs that you've been in, what was it for you that you really enjoyed and was different for you?
For me, we just touched on it a little bit, was that it was the insecurity of self that I had. Like, am I good enough? Am I worthy enough to even, hang out with these people that are paying this many dollars for this program? Like, am I going to end up producing? What's my ROI? And then all of a sudden it's like, has nothing to do with that, but that just happens. I've made more money in the last 6 months than I have in a year, doing far more and running all over the place. One of the things I didn't state was that I actually had double jaw surgery where they broke and reset my whole jaw in February last year. So I joined the program. It's like my whole jaw is still, very numb, and yet I was still able to produce and get the results that I wanted. And the biggest result was that, how do you sell a service company? Like, how would you sell a personal training company for the quote that I did get and got, paid for? It came out of nowhere. This is incredible. It came around Mother's Day, and surprisingly, it was around Mother's Day that I opened the company as well. So it was like all these signs were coming at me, and it worked out perfectly well. And I can tell you that even if people who are watching, even if you don't know what you want to do, or if you have a slight idea and you want to start it, do it, because I'm at a point where I can say, yeah, my company is doing good. Is it making huge amounts of profit? No, but it's completely okay by me, because I gotten so much more as a person and developed as a human being, that I know for a fact that the abundance dollars will be coming and floating in any moment. It literally is floating in. And as I'm sitting and talking, I am working on creating my own job description, my own pay structure, and my own line of work that I want to do for an upcoming company. Just because I've known this person for 18 years and they've seen me grow in the last 6 months, has been watching my growth online.
Awesome.
And he called me up. He's like, look, this is my 7th company I'm launching, and I don't know how you're going to be part of it, but you need to be part of it.
That's
I'm like,
awesome. Congrats.
okay, that
Yeah.
sounds good. What exactly you guys do? And so he told me, and I'm like, that's not really my sector. He's like, but entertainment is. You're fun, and you will head over the whole, like, do whatever you want. This is what we're looking for. We've already raised $4 to $6 million. Like, the other two will come in this year. It's a $5 million company. Like, we're gonna launch right now. I'm like, okay. And the industry is good ways. Like, my health background actually does fit in. To everything that I want is happening in the hills of, like,
Yeah.
Santa Cruz. Where it's overlooking the ocean. I'm an island girl, and it's like, what? And then this morning, I was speaking with him. Mind you, I haven't even created this offer for myself. I'm just thinking about all these different things. And I'm sit there and feel it. I'm like, oh, it'd be so great to open the door and feel the breeze and see the sun and the ocean. He goes, how about you live part time at our detached, in-law quarters right by the pool? That way we don't have to travel. I'm like, huh. How do I get my
Very
kids?
nice.
So, and rent free on top of that. It's a mansion. It's like a 6-bedroom mansion, and I get my own little sweet thing. So yeah, I'm excited about.
I think a visit to me for me to come out to California is overdue. Yeah,
I'm telling you, you should be here.
Yeah. So the other thing I wanted to ask you about is that you were one of the first Invincible CEO affiliates, and
yes.
So when I put the affiliate links up and say that you can refer your friends in and make extra money or put money towards the services that we offer, what would you say about the affiliation program?
So the program itself was so great for me that I started just talking about it with everybody. Partially because they saw a change in me. My not just physical change. This was before the physical change took place. Just the behavior, the attitude that they were seeing was different than what they were used to. So they started asking me, well, why are you happy all the time? Why are you happy all the time? Like, it's a thing to be. So you didn't win the lottery or something? I'm like, yes, I didn't, but not really. I just being happy is a good thing. So I started, like, walking around quoting you here and there, and now I put it online. I don't even know you see it.
Yeah, I've seen some.
I'm like, I'll be listening to one of your videos. I'm like, ooh, that's a good one. I take it down, make a quote after it, get it online.
For quoting me.
And so now there's, like, Denise quotes all over, floating.
But
I just talk about it, and then they're like, oh, sounds like I need to talk to this person. I'm like, oh yeah, I can introduce you. And so the first 2 that I did that way, I think the very first one talked to you, and like that signed up. And like, what would you like to do with the $500? I'm like, I got $500.
Yeah.
Like, well, you did sign up with that link. I'm like, I sign up for anything you send me. So yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
I think I followed through with that. So it was a great bonus. Though I literally was not even paying attention to the fact that I was going to get that money from the referral. I was thinking, this woman needs to talk to Denise because she has this things going on, and she's like a C-level, at a really, really well-known, company that everybody's on, and she was having this internal battle. And I was like, oh, I've been there and I've seen that, and I'm attracting you guys to me for a reason. So a lot of those people are around me right now. So I am constantly.
Yes. So just so that people understand what an affiliation program is, that if you're my clients and you are participating in my services and you meet someone, a family, a friend, a colleague that could use what I'm offering, and you refer them to me, then you get paid based on what programs they sign up with. And Doreen's percentage, her commission on referring that wonderful person over to me was $500. And you were paid that within a couple weeks of the actual transaction going through.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a blessing because I think I was having a hard month that month. I was like,
that's okay.
Where's the money coming from? And then
that's the thing about running a new business, that a lot of your profit has to go back in and support that foundation. So if you were to speak to someone sitting on the fence and they're deciding whether they should go into the 8-week program, the Invincible CEO personal program at the end of the month, what would you say to them?
I would say go with the most cleanest slate in mind, because most of us right now, like I'm a CEO, you're CEO, all entrepreneurs, and we think we know everything. We've read all the books, we've seen all the shows, we've heard all the audios. We've done it all. What can you possibly teach us that we have not yet, seen or heard? Even like I said, I doubted you. I said, bring it on.
Sure.
I'm going to manifest $10,000. Yeah, right. Like I can do that, right? Yeah, I can actually. So I learned that $10,000 or $1 is the same amount of energy it takes to manifest it. So the more I started looking through and realizing that, it was just that, like, you would get things that you didn't even know you were so powerful in creating for yourself. And so if it's not for anything else but just self-improvement, to be a better business owner, a better boss, a better partner, or just a better citizen, because you're going to be providing for your community, more authentic results or more authentic products and service. This is the place to be, because you get family here. And I found, this is the part that you don't know about. What I found was that the more people saw me being part of the group, and there's nothing that I'm saying, and give me back. I was not doing any of that, because that's not actually who I am. But most of everybody you bring together, we all have this like incredible connection, even though we don't know what that is yet. So I started like doing one-on-ones with people. Like, ooh, that's why I know you. So it was weird, because I don't live close to much anybody in the group, the pod that I went through. Everybody's like on the East Coast, and yet we had a lot in common. Lives one with another. And so offline, there was business happening amongst each other, and it was incredible. And I don't know like all the dollar amounts happened with everybody else, but I was just incredibly like blessed that most people were reaching out to me and asking me questions around my profession, and not like holding me against the fact that, hey, weren't you just a massage therapist? Like, it was none of that. It was like, you actually know what you're talking about. Tell me more. So it was like this immediate respect that I earned in the industry, just because I was part of the group. And that confidence again wouldn't have been there. But so if you are sitting on the edge, like if you want to know this is worth it, I will tell you it is completely worth it. From a girl who had a mouth that got closed with wires, to a business that got sold, to kind of like going. It was almost like a divorce, right? I kind of went through a divorce. I kind of moved a bunch of people around, and as of next month, I'm actually gonna go get my own solo place again. It's like that independence feeling's gonna come back. It's a lot. And then of course, the befores and afters. Like, I am like size 203 from a size 8. And I wasn't this 19 when I was 19. That was just yesterday, folks. No,
but of course,
20 something years ago, right? So to fit into clothes that I otherwise would have never looked at is incredible. And the self-esteem boost that came from that, and all the, who's going to love me, who's going to like me, has no longer relevant to me. Anyways, that's the time I have today. Is there any other question you have for me?
No, I'm so thrilled that you got to spend some time, and you really did bring up a really cool point, that I just don't throw people in a group to fill spots. I've mentioned this before in some of the other interviews, that I really make sure that there's a cohesiveness, that, there's not one person all the way up here and other people down here. And that was my hope, that we're building a community here, that you never just feel like a client, you feel like a family member.
Yeah.
And that was so important. But I really appreciate your time. I know this is our second attempt. We had some technical difficulties the other day. So I really appreciate you carving some time to talk with us today in your busy schedule. I'm thrilled that, where you are and what your experience, and I'm so excited to see what is coming for you. And I know you and I will have a conversation on Monday behind the scenes. So thank you again, Doreen, from the bottom of my heart. Congratulations on all of your wins and all of your victories.
Thank you so much, guys. Become part of our family.
Yes.
Well,
thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.